Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the...
Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the third overall pick of the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
And they said he would be a gym rat coming out of Boston College, and nothing has changed, and his play continues to get better as he rallies his team.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Here now the offensive starters for Atlanta.
And this is a unit that has to feel good about itself. Got the win last week in the wild card round, and oftentimes we say you want to get the open week and get some rest. But many times we see the upsets happen with a team that won the week before and has momentum on its side.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Ryan to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, there'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you... see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean, but in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback who grew up just outside of Cleveland on Lake Erie, Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 16.
No. Hey, get him.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Check 45 to mine. Rip left, rip left.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
First down, a run with Cohen. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Get in the white room. Get in the white room. Watch out, watch out.
Alert, alert. Alert, alert.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Cohen able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Lock in, lock in.
I'm coming after you.
Man, talk.
Check 13. Check 13. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Kill. Turn. Kill.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now Trubisky on first down. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. The starters defensively now for the Falcons. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I would have loved to have been in their meetings this week and hear that grizzled old defensive coordinator talk about, well, you did okay, guys. We did all right. Holding them to 13 was pretty good, but this week I expected to be less than that.
I'm going to need to hear that a lot more often. I don't know what it was, but I liked it. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
18.
4 down, 4 down.
Watch twist. Red, up.
They try again with Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack on 1st down, Ryan, he's got Jake Butt as tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw is Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the 1st drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Blue.
But they'll start the drive here with an end around. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I got you.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Alert! 180!
Get your swerve on!
Hey, ball.
Check.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats, but really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Well, that's good for a 1st down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Defense wins championships, baby. 45 is the money. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. 18. Smalls. No. 6'6". Pull it high.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Mike's 5-4. You. Share. Take four. Slam. Alert.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Throwing deep for Stewart. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 65 yards as the Bears push further out in front. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
I got you, boy. Get up.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
You got motion, man. You got motion, man.
On first down, Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Whip. Watch the whip. Hey, 18.
On second down, Montgomery. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Check pass. Check.
On third down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On first down, it's Cohen. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On second and 9, Trubisky. This will be caught inside the 10. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
45 is the mark. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. No. Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. All day, baby. All day. No.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. So we've come upon halftime here. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Going up top for Miller. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 43 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Ball, be ready. Ran, throw. 45 the mic. I'm coming.
Trubisky will throw. Looking for the end zone. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, 29 yards as the Bears push further out in front.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Ryan. That's complete to Jake Butt. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 15. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Tack McKinley. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Let's bring it.
Now Trubisky back into his end zone. Completes it to the tight end, Burton. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Throwing deep for Stewart. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. So out come the Falcons now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Just a 1 yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Robinson's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Yeah, so hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Now Ryan, and he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. That's complete to Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
54 Mike. Check.
Now Trubisky on first down. Now Trubisky lost the football. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
45, Mike. Go. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. Switch. Check motion. Ran, tuck. Motion.
Now it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is gonna wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Blue. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, Charlie. Hey, 18. Yep.
Now it's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Ryan, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Let's go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Shit. Slam. Slam. Kill. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, ball. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Lock in. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Hey, zoom.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5.
Still 2nd down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Five. Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Watch that.
Here's Trubisky. Going deep this time for Miller. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
The extra point attempt to follow here. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 16-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Trubisky to throw. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to... And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Khalil Mack. Who else? He's in there for his fourth sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
To throw is Ryan. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzling me a little bit.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 3rd and short.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Trubisky to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is going to be incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Falcons. Jake Butt, 39 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Here's Miller on 1st and 10. And he's going to let it go deep. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Even, 4th down, even. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
He's got the 1st down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there on a 1st down for Chicago. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now Miller on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. Back to throw. Miller. And incomplete here. So a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Looking to throw. Miller. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem from me.
Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it.
Man, I got you.
Hey, Haywood.
Let him know. Let him know.
Hey, check Mike 45.
They're going on fourth down. It's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Still first down.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. This looks like a free play for Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Ryan. Complete out right to Jake Butt. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing again on second down. Ryan, this complete to Jones. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Ryan now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. To throw again is Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Throwing again. Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.
Mississippi and New Orleans. Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some. if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed.